Good morning, traders, and welcome to the All Markets webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap. Good morning, traders. So in this webinar here, we go through any market that you want to look at that Bookmap can connect to, and we'll look at the order flow. And the order flow, high time frames, low time frames, doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you guys are looking for, we'll just request it and we'll take a look. My name is Bruce. I'll be your host on every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday for this webinar. It's at 10 a.m. East Coast time, and we are going to just go through the markets here, all markets. There's no one else that's doing all markets. However, we have in our learning center and our our events calendar. Let me show you where that is. Go to bookmap.com, click on the More button here, and then go to our Learning Center. Okay, this is the hub here for the events and all sorts of great content here on Bookmap and order flow. All right, so you can get connected. There's a getting started here. There's a market mechanics course. If you're new to Bookmap, these two courses here will be essential. And then go through that, and then click on the link here to scroll down the page to join free live events. We have events all day long. We have all sorts of streamers in here, as you can see, and we're adding more all the time. And then you can see the live events in here. All right, so here's Friday. Here's the All Markets webinar. Earlier today we had Moby. He's a futures trader from Western Australia, but he's going through the kind of the extended hours trading session and then coming into the New York session. Earlier we had Anshul, excellent work over in the Bookmap India market. And then later we'll have Paco with Brazilian futures, and this is right after the All Markets webinar here. And then we have Tom B. He's looking at U.S. futures, and he's a volume profile trader. After that, we have Spanglish Trades with Frank Morero. Great stuff with stocks and futures. And then options with Doug. And then round it out with the Algo Boys here from 2:30 to 4. Please go check some of these out in our Discord as well as our YouTube. There's a lot of stuff in here. And we're really happy to offer this to you. Okay, so anyway, you can reach out to me at Bruce at Bookmap on our Discord channel, and then my Twitter handle or X handle or whatever it is now at Flow Order. General disclosure: all Bookmap Limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not necessarily indicative of I'm sorry, let me read that again. I know this like in my sleep, and I just messed it up. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, so let's jump in here. Let's take a look at these markets. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Slowdown Sloth, Rob, and Stan. All right, that's over on our Discord channel. Someone requested earlier that before the open, 9:30 cash open, which at just 9:29 I slipped it in, was kind of the overall, big picture here, where the market might be going. All right, so I put it in, and here it is here. I just want to. We're going to look at the bigger picture. And I just want to get into why I said this here, which a lot of you, I'm sure, were thinking as well. Anyway, at the open, after yesterday's big sell-off due to fundamentals with the Japanese or Bank of Japan and their kind of yield curve maybe starting to tighten on that a bit, we saw a pretty big sell-off after the market had gapped higher and then continued to sell off. And then really that after that event, that fundamental event, the market really sold off. It sold off pretty hard. And that's what the market thought of it, right? At the moment, it kind of rattled the cage a little bit. And now we have the market coming right back up, okay, on the overnight, right? So therefore, I am looking to see if at the open, we can get some momentum up into 4,600 and then maybe to 4,608 or so. It's an inside day. So we're really anticipating quite a bit of chop in here, especially after the fundamental news yesterday. All right, so let's take a look at what happened here at the open. All right, so here's our cash open. And we initially kind of went to the upside. High liquidity here at 4,600. It never transacted. Okay, came close to it. The market returned around. Look at the order flow in here. You can see that a pretty big or deep book here at several levels below the swing high here. In the price action, we saw a lot of sellers come in and they just drove it right back down into the 45.90 liquidity here. Now this, I have to say, this just kind of irks me here about the VWAP. The VWAP actually does line up with a little bit of liquidity here and a couple of swings here, so I do like that here. But I'm not a VWAP trader. I haven't studied it. If you guys have studied it, great. However, it's just a line on a chart to me. All right, so I'm just going to take it off. I look at liquidity and swings. All right, so and we want to understand the order flow. It is the orders and the behavior of the traders that determine the price movement and action. Okay, if they are trading off of VWAP, then we will look at it. Right now, we know more trading off of that than moving averages, etc. Is one line. So, you know, that does make some sense. However, does it line up with order flow? If it does, great. If it doesn't, well, you can see what happened here. It went right through it into high liquidity here, and that's where we got the bounce. Okay, so I'm not trying to, you know, say that the VWAP is not valid. Just line it up with liquidity and you have something really strong. Okay, anyway, the move from 45.90 on up was pretty strong volume in here. Okay, very strong volume, a pullback, and very strong volume. 4,600 still strong, a bit of a pullback here just to this swing, and then we just went up into 42 or 45. Yeah, some back and forth in here, but it made it up to about 46. All right, so and you can see still high liquidity up here, 47, 48, 40. I'm sorry, 46.07, 8, 9, and 10 up here. All right, so yeah, until we see something different here, we're looking for price to continue to kind of grind up into here. Right now, book is pretty strong on the offer. Right now, let's just take a step back here, and we may get a big break here of this trend line or this uptrend here. Right, so but we don't see the volume yet. Right, so buyers still moving the market. Anyway, big picture, and here's our daily bars over here. Okay, you can see, I mean, it's just beautiful stuff on this this daily chart and this range up here, okay, for the past several days. Let me just widen this out a little bit. It'll be a little bit easier to read. Okay, so we gapped up here. You can see this on the 15-minute or hourly. I'll show you that in a minute. And then it sold off at the open. Okay, after the big gap up, everyone took some profit. Sellers came in, drove it down to the middle here. You know, kind of middle of the range, or maybe your point of control. You know, an area where most traders are transacting. Right, so you can understand like how that has a lot more value than a VWAP, for example, because it's transactions, it is trader behavior. A VWAP is just a moving average of those transactions. Right, so if people are looking at it, then that makes sense. But if, you know, we know that if it's a VPOC or you know, point of control, It just means that there's a lot of transactions there, and that's fact, right? So anyway, what we did is after that news from Japan, Bank of Japan, we come down and we spike just below the swing of these 3 days here, okay? And then it rejected, right? Pretty strong rejection at these lows here. Pretty strong rejection actually at the top here as well, but that's also some fundamental news, right? And look at the move right back up, okay, above the close here. And this is why I saw this in the pre-market, that there was some momentum here and rejection here. Therefore, and I also saw in the order flow that we had, you know, it was pretty bullish in here, as you can see the move higher here. So what we're looking for is continued momentum up into these areas. And the area to take a look at here would be the swing up here, would be the first target, which is somewhere around the, you know, that 6 to 10 level here. And then the 4,600 figure was right here at the open, it looks like, of yesterday's candle. All right, so does this make sense for you guys? Any questions on this? Okay, just a bigger picture analysis. Good morning, hedge fund. And anyone else over there have any questions on this? Okay, bigger picture stuff is really important to cover, right? It'll make life a lot easier in your trading, a lot less frustrating. All right, so anyway, you know, we try to cover the big picture, but we're here for the order flow. So anyway, yeah, I'm still looking for this to test up to here. Maybe it can spike just above it a little bit, but again, remember, this is an inside day. Okay, here's our open here on the hourly and our open on the 15-minute here on the right-hand side. Okay, so that's why we're looking for the move up into this area here, which we know, like on the hourly and here, there's going to be a lot of volume transacting in these areas here. So just a test up to here, and then we'll see what the market, what traders think. All right, so we're just looking for that though, and that's it. That's our analysis so far. When we get up here, we can, you know, look for a potential sell-off. We'll look for it, and if we do see it, we can come right back down into testing somewhere probably around 4,600 to begin with, and then maybe the swing low here for today, which is 45.40. Is that right? Yeah, 45.90. Sorry, and then we have a huge gap here. Okay, a huge gap down at 45.67. All right, so maybe later in the day, we'll see if this rejects up here. It comes back down, retests the swing low. Maybe we can get some gap fill in here. All right, so just laying out some scenarios in here, but it is the behavior of the traders and the order flow that's going to tell us. All right. Okay, so let's see. We can get rid of this trend line here. Oops. Okay, go. And yeah, here come our buyers. Okay, trading up into making a new high here. Pretty good momentum. Yeah, you know, I don't really like it too much, to be honest here. Yeah, we're still looking for this to come up into these levels here. But what do we don't have? What don't we have here on our side? What do you guys think? Okay, we got the, you know, the buyers up here. There's a couple, it's not just one answer. It's starting to look a little bit better here. Starting to look a little bit better. And why is it looking better? No sellers. Like rejection. No, I'm starting to see some buyers here. I like that. I'm looking, here we go. It's the order book. We want the order book on our side. Okay, here's our order book and balance here. Liquidity at 05. And you can see underneath here, see how it's kind of bluish underneath? You can see 142, 145, 146, 1 or almost 200 here at 03. And we have 250 up here. Okay, there's our book and balance. And see how they're pulling up here as well? So this is looking good. Now we have some aggressors in here, and now they're kind of playing with it. That, you know, you can see that someone just came in with 250 here, just at the swing, near the swing here. So we're reading this imbalance here, and then now this guy's pulling. So, you know, these traders in here, we're looking at what is the demand or the supply up in these areas in here, and trying to kind of gauge it. Now, you know, a lot of traders, what they'll do is test this with their liquidity. Throw some supply in here. How does the market react? Throw some demand in here. How does the market react? Okay. We know that there's buyers. We know we're in an uptrend. We're looking for some demand at a higher level. We started to get it here, but our aggressors here started to bail on it, and we come back down and we trade into their liquidity in here, and then they kind of pulled in here. So they did not transact in here. Yeah, that kind of muddies the picture. However, we're still bullish here, still bullish. Okay. Overall, we're looking for the book imbalance. It still shows an imbalance here. So we're looking for it to trade up into 07 and 08 here, right? Just based off of the things that we just covered. Okay. And this helps us. This is what gives us some insight here. Okay. Now, how is the market reacting to this here? Okay, well, some sellers are coming down and they're going to test this. It looks like they want to test this liquidity here at 04.5 and then 04 here. All right. So let's take a look at our price action and our ranges in here too. Okay, so we know there's some interest in here. Now here comes some aggressors at the low, at this little swing low here. So maybe they can get it down to 03. Still looking for more imbalance here in the order book, and it's pretty dark in here. All right, we're getting our aggressors. That's good. Okay, now looking for a big imbalance up here. Now I like this. It auctioned up here. It's auctioning here again. It has not failed yet. An order book imbalance up here would be fantastic. We're starting to see a battle unfold here. High liquidity just traded. So we found some sellers, but the buyers came in and traded into them. Okay, so yep, still looking for this to go higher. Looking for 08 here. Okay, now the reason being, we're not getting too much of a book imbalance here. Okay, but we know here it's this here that we saw, right? This high liquidity here, which was 190 contracts here, transacted. Okay, they traded into it right there. So we know that there's buying pressure. The question is, we found buyers, but are they buying at a higher high now? And yes, they are. It was auctioning here before. It's auctioning here again. Therefore, we know there's buying pressure. You're looking for it to go higher. Okay, we've gotten to 07.25, and we're still looking for it to go higher. Okay, buyers even traded into these guys here. However, they traded into them. Transactions took place. Now, did they trade above though? We're not getting as much now above here. Just a little bit at 07. Okay, but it did auction up here. Okay, let's see if it auctions again. 07, and then we should get our quick move into 08. Nope. Okay. Well, you can see what happened. Right? We're looking for our 07, and we didn't get it. And then this behavior in here just kind of came out of the blue. This is a book sweep, and we're going to see a stop run after that. Okay, there's a lot of buying and potential trap buyers up here now. Okay, here they come again. Okay, now the buying looks pretty good here again. Okay, so let's see if we get a little bit more up at 06. I'd look for the same thing. This now we've seen this move so many times that you know, we get this kind of quick move, a little bit of a stop run, not much of a stop run, and then now we're looking for the auction up here again, and then the follow through in the breakout. Okay, the trend is still intact, as you guys can see. Okay, little book and balance here would be great, and that liquidity up here at 08, and not too much at 09, but at 10. Okay, Joe, I think I'm sorry, I didn't. You said location. What are we missing? Location. Well, it was more about the order book and to give us you know, a bit more to kind of sink our teeth into. You know, another confluence basically is what we're looking for. The more kind of confluence we have, you know, the more likely the follow through. Let's see. More liquidity on the bid. Yeah, there you go, Stan. Thank you. So I'm sorry, a little late with the with the answers here, but yep, yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, Stan, all of the images that you've been posting here, just really great stuff, and yeah, you know exactly what you're looking for. Let's see, Rob. Any idea why you see so much absorption on the MES versus the ES? Let's take a look at this. Rob posted this in our Discord. Guys, I'm still looking for this really quick move to the upside. You know what? I'm going to open up our Market Pulse tool here, and we'll hear it. So I can cover Rob's question, but we'll probably hear this move to the upside. All right. So I'm opening up Market Pulse. I had a great webinar with TraderAid yesterday, going over this tool. We're comparing it to the NASDAQ as well. Now, yeah, be real careful here. This is now we came up here and we started to auction a bit, but let's see. Yeah, no, it couldn't even make a higher high here. So this might be the end of the line here for now. Okay, this is, you know, we're looking for it earlier. I see a lot of selling coming in, and the auction up here, yeah, I mean, it did auction up here at this 07 and a quarter, not too much. Therefore, you know, that might be it for now. We may have to, you know, come down into like somewhere around 02 or the figure down here, and then maybe revisit this area. Okay, you can see our trend line is breaking, and our Market Pulse tool, that's why I wanted to turn this on, because we knew something was going to happen here, right? So we're looking for the volume pressure imbalance, and the price change here. This is the one on the three on the top here are for the ES. The three on the bottom here are the exact same: volume pressure, price change, and I'm sorry, volume pressure imbalance, and then price change here for the NASDAQ. Okay, you can see the little PC here stands for price change, and volume pressure imbalance, etc. So, and we didn't hear it here. I didn't have the speaker on at the moment here. Right. So now we're back down in here, and that was a pretty strong move. Looking for another push here by the sellers to hit 02. then the figure basically. But let's take a look at this here, and then we'll get to Rob's image, because I got some interesting stuff starting to develop here. Strong selling. All right, so we're looking for basically something like this: strong move, pull back, followed by strong move into 4,600. All right, we gave this a chance up here. We're looking for it, and then it just it failed. The auction failed up here. Okay, how do you? We'll talk about management into something like this, and how to deal with that in just a minute. Okay, because you don't want to get caught up in these things. You want to exit really quickly, and even look for the opposite scenario, and you can even take advantage of that. Okay, so here's our move into 4,600. You can start to hear on maybe YouTube the move. I have very faint here, but yeah, you can see the ES and NASDAQ starting to pick up here. There we go. There we go. All right, now this is an interesting move here. Look at the volume on ES. It's both sides. Okay, this is going to be a huge stop run, and we got some volatility in here. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the on the chart here. We'll look at the stop runs here. Here's our stop run, and then we had exchange of both buyers and sellers in this little area here. Interestingly enough, we see a pretty big iceberg here for about 1,000. That's sold. All right. So now, after this stop run here, let's take a look at this. I'm looking to see if we can get back to that scenario of retesting that high. Looking for our green dots in here, looking to hear it as well up into 05, and then our 08, 9, and 10 possibly. Okay, we've just dumped through here. Everyone's kind of washed out. Do we still have buying interest? Okay, what is the order book telling us here? Well, we can see it's skewed here on the bid. That's good. There's kind of a dark area in here though, so we can slosh around a bit. And let's zoom out a little bit more here. We'll talk maybe more. We were talking last week about volume imbalances, so we might talk a bit more about it. Okay, so anyway, here's our pullback, and we can see our aggressors coming in. So let's see if we can get up to 05. I like it. I mean, look at our relative volume in here. Okay, heavy selling. Okay, some strong buying. This is not strong buying here. This is stronger. And did we get price movement with it? Yeah, we did. So let's see it test up to 05. And maybe you can pick up some momentum at 05 and then test up to our 08 and our 10. Right? So just going through these scenarios, reading the order flow in here. All right, let's get to Rob's image in here. Why, and the question was, MES is on the right. Why so much absorption? Yeah, I mean, Rob, this could be some really good insight here. Why it would be a question to kind of, yeah, it's great that you posted in here. So we have the ES here, and we have the MES over here. Okay. Yikes, I can't read it too well. Well, a lot of liquidity in the order book up here, but there was also in the ES up in here. And here's 109 contracts. I don't know if this. Is this your iceberg, or is this? Yeah, this is your iceberg, right? Yeah. There's your absorption. I don't know, Rob, but it really begs the question here about studying or understanding this, one leading the other in terms of positioning. I don't really have an answer for you. It's more of like I'm following back with a question that I think you should circle back and kind of revisit this. This could be a really good strategy for yourself. Yeah. So that's as far as I'm going to take it for now, Rob. Let's see here. RC74. I did. You can see up above in the chat that at 9:29 I answered you, saying that the open. Well, you can read it. We covered it earlier. Okay, it's in the recording here. Yeah, we did it 1 minute before the market opened. Let's see, slow down. A lot of sell ice on the ES, likely skewing the CBD. Yeah, you'll see that a lot. Let's take a look here. So guys, I mean, you can see like our scenarios are playing out pretty nicely. Now, this was some pretty high liquidity here at this 05, but our buying pressure, I mean, this is what we're learning, you know, from this or taking away, that there's buying pressure in here. Okay, this is this relationship here that we're reading. Now we're looking for a lot more buying pressure. We don't want to see it just kind of trickle out, because then what's going to happen is it'll come back down to 05 and it might break 05 and trade back down to the figure down here, okay, or at least like 03 and 02. Okay, so we're still looking for more buying pressure to, you know, fit this scenario that we outlined earlier here. Let's see. Let's look at this CBD and icebergs. I like this idea, slow down, a lot. This is an interesting study to take a look at here. Okay, so our icebergs have been, I mean, look at this. You know, here's the zero line for me on the icebergs, and then look at they've been selling, you know, nothing but selling. Okay, so is that profit taking, or is it, you know, initiating a new position, or both? This is why it doesn't really matter. We just know there's a lot of selling, right? What about CVD? Okay, how does that fit into the picture? Well, it almost looks like the relationship with stops or something. CVD continues to climb higher. Okay, so there, you know, this is something to take a look at. It's interesting stuff. You know, cumulative volume delta, the aggressor. Well, we still see that you know, it's pretty strong. And we see the pullback here. And some divergence in here, slight divergence. You know, here's our low, and then here's the low down here, right? So there's more buying in here than there is selling, basically, from here to here. All right, well, we got up to the swing, and auctions failing again up here. So we're rotating back down into this kind of, I was looking for, you know, another kind of beautiful flag pattern in here, which just, I always kind of cringe a bit when I talk about patterns. It's the order flow here that we care about. We know that there's a strong impulsive move. We know that there's a bit of a pullback, and we know that there's another impulsive move. Now, it's not as strong though, right? And we can read that in the transactions up in here. Okay, so that's when we can look for maybe a skew in the order book or something, and maybe revisit the swing, or revisit where it came from down here at 01.5. Market Pulse is not included in the Lifetime Global Plan hedge fund, but it is included in the MBO bundle. I can show you that. Go to bookmap.com and then go to more button here, and go to our marketplace, and we'll just go right to the MBO bundle right here. Okay. And what we wanted to do in here is we're not trying to, gouge people. We want to continue to develop. And, we are a business, but we want to continue to develop. That's our main goal here, is to develop and to offer tools. And we continue to do that. And then, we have all these tools, but we want to add the value to maybe some of the existing tools, right? So you're getting it kind of, maybe you're interested in the MBO bundle. So you can see we added TraderMap Pro into it. You need to have MBO data to get to the TraderMap Pro features or tools. And then we added in here, as you can see, the market pulse here. You get the volume pressure algo. Okay, so that's pretty good. So the price has not changed here from the MBO bundle, even though we've added TraderMap Pro and the market pulse. All right. So anyway, if you are interested in the MBO bundle, and this is something that it's only for futures, and it's only for CME group futures, and you have to have Rhythmic data, okay, which you can get here on the marketplace too, okay, from Rhythmic right here. Get it as low as $39 a month for just CME, for example. It's pretty cheap in terms of data. So anyway, yeah, just adding value to it, and that answers your question. No, the MBO bundle is a monthly price. That's that. There's something else that I can show you here, though. Like, and a lot of the guys in the Discord, Slowdown Stan, Rob, and others are in the Bookmap Academy or Junior Academy, and I can show you that if you're interested. And why would you be interested in it? So let's go to bookmap.com again. Okay. And I don't think we've got it listed in the toolbar. All right, we don't. So we're just gonna, I put it as a task, but we haven't gotten to it yet. Just go to bookmap.com/academy. All right, and this Bookmap Academy here. This is a program that we're offering. All right, so if you're interested in this, this is what, it's a relationship with you. And we think this is a win-win thing here. You would apply to the Bookmap Junior Academy, and then you'll be creating content to better your trading activity, and then we'll take a look at it. And for doing that, we'll thank you if you can meet the quotas, quantitative and qualitative quota. You'll be invited to the Bookmap Junior Academy. Okay, that's just kind of, first you apply, then you're invited to the Bookmap Junior Academy, and then if you do a good job in there, you will be invited to the Bookmap Academy, and then you can get Bookmap for free. If you double your quota, you can also get the MBO bundle for free. All right, so the win-win here is you're going to better your trading by documenting your trades and creating content. And you'll also benefit from the community that you're sharing this with. And you continue to do this, and then we will thank you by giving you access to Bookmap for free. Okay, this is an onboarding step-by-step process. If you do well in the Bookmap Academy and you're still interested in taking this further, we're offering it. You can become a Bookmap Academy coach and help out some of the other people from the step 1 and step 2. If you do a good job at that, you can become a Bookmap streamer, Academy streamer here. Let me just show you this, that there's a few of our streamers in here have come from the Bookmap Academy. So Tom B is one of our Bookmap Academy members that became a streamer. Moby from Australia here, that was on earlier today, is also a Bookmap Academy member and became a streamer. Right? So we're standing behind it. Oh, and Doug, sorry, Doug. Doug and Doug he started off in the academy as well, and now streams. Okay, so we've got 3. Now, one of the things about the Bookmap Academy is yeah, we're looking for people that are interested in taking this further. So you've got to show your interest. Anyway, I'll put this into the chat for you, the Bookmap Academy link here. If you're interested and you want to apply, what you need to do is come down here and fill this out and hit apply now. And there's FAQs underneath here, so if you have more questions. Now this is just applying, all right? And you will apply for Bookmap Junior Academy. You will also, after you apply here, what you'll need to do is jump into our Discord channel and then request a spreadsheet, okay, for documenting your trades, okay, or your content. Right, so that's the process. So sign up here, and then I'll put it into the chat for both Discord as well as YouTube. So sign up here, and then request your spreadsheet, and you're off to the races. Yeah, no, Doug's content is excellent. I wanted to comment on that, guys. This is very unique. Options with Doug here. He has a proprietary strategy that he is very generous in sharing, and I really recommend that you check this out. Right, you're not going to find this too many other places. All right, so let's continue on here. More questions. Okay, yeah, welcome. So Hale. Yeah, hedge fund, answering your questions there. Let's see, Kanika. Yeah, MBO bundle will work with bonds. Yeah. Okay, I think we're all caught up with questions there. Guys, hit the like button, please. And it really makes a difference here. The more that you hit that like button, the more of this kind of content we are able to deliver to you. Okay, we need to get some sort of feedback, and the like button doesn't cost you anything. Just hit the like button. The processes and programs that we just covered here, this webinar here is what gets the word out, right? So if you like it, then yeah, please hit that like button. Please, come and sign up. Give this a try. It doesn't cost anything, and it's going to improve your trading. Why wouldn't you do it? I can give the backstory to it and how we even came up with this idea. It was very innocently developed, this whole Bookmap Academy thing, and we just appreciated other traders creating content, it was because I was running the Twitter account, and I didn't have time to create a lot of content, and so I was just retweeting people's content because they were doing a good job, and I thought, well, this is great, thank you. And then therefore I came up with this idea, well, thank you, why don't you just continue to do what you're doing, and we'll give you Bookmap. We wanted to show appreciation for it. And that's it. That's how it developed. Right now we've turned it into something else to onboard you guys into more of a process here, but it's exactly the same as it was. It's even better. We're offering more. Anyway, take a look and see what you think. All right. A million smash likes, or is it 10 million there? Thanks, T. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. Let's get back to the price action and the order flow in here and what's happening. All right, well, you can see that the we were looking for that flag pattern here that unfolded, and we never got back up to '08 though. Okay, I think it might be done for now. We'll see here, but if it's exhausting out and we don't see a lot of buyers come in here, it looks like sellers got control of this market at this point. Okay, so we talk about this all the time. You can read it in the transactions. Okay, and then we're going to look for in the order flow. I'll tell you in just a minute. But the transactions are simple. This is the selling in here. Okay, look at the buying in here. Okay, look at the dots and look at the bars. Sellers in here. Look at the pullback here. Now it's 100% pullback, even maybe a little bit more. There's look at the buying in here, right? So they just can't seem to do it. So sellers come in again. Sellers remain in control right now. Okay, selling again in here. Now they might, these on this small move here, we'll look for it here. We'll hear it as well in Market Pulse. Can we get buyers back up above right here at 01.25? This would be trap volume then, we're going to listen to it and we're going to look for it and look for the move up into the swing here or the liquidity up in here at like 06. Okay, see how in this move here the sellers are not in control any longer. In fact, they're trapped. Does that make sense? Do you guys understand that? We'll see this. You'll see this again and again and again. It's just, you know, an order flow phenomena here. You also look for a flip of the book as well. You look for like a lot of demand underneath here, and then you want to see some of that supply up in here. Buyers, either they pull or they're going to transact into it. Okay, so we're up at our swing already at 03.5. Okay, now let's take a look at it here. Well, look at the book here and the book down here. So maybe we'll get kind of a move back down here, just a pull back for now until we see a little bit more in here. Okay, see how it's dark in here? Okay, but we still have some buying interest. Yeah, and now they're starting to pull. All right, well, yeah, we're still looking for this move maybe to 06 here, but it's just not as likely. You know, I mean, watch how the sellers can just move it down here really quickly, and we don't want to get caught up in that. Right? It's just too risky for my blood. Okay, maybe you guys have some other studies or something here. But you can see even lowered liquidity here at 05. We're looking for 06 before. Okay, so they're starting to show some interest and provide some supply here. Yeah, Mohammed, great. You're going to try the Academy. Yeah, just remember you got to reach out to me. I got to verify that you signed up and you're interested. So you got to request your spreadsheet. I kind of like the process that you got to request it, because then I know you're in our Discord. I know you're interested, and then I can provide it for you and start the relationship. Right, and there was no way I could actually automatically send you the spreadsheet. So I was like, all right, well, let's just get them into Discord, and that'll be the channel for communication in there for the Bookmap Junior Academy applicants. All right, so that's the process. No, hedge fund, this MBO bundle, it and the Bookmap Academy, all you have to do is continue to create this content month after month, and we will continue to give you the coupon code to get Bookmap for free, and then if you double your quantity, then you get MBO bundle as well for free. So you just continue to do it month after month. Right? But, and you know, we're looking for Like I said, it's quantitative and qualitative content. I mean, come into Discord and ask some of the guys. Ask Stan. Ask Slowdown. Ask Jack. Some of these guys. There's another route to the Bookmap Academy if you don't want to sign up via the Academy, that page. The other route is through the here. Let me show you. Is through the Blue Jacket. It's mentioned in that page. Okay, but if you go to the Blue Jacket competition. And where is it? I know it's in here. Community. It's under community. I don't see it. It's got to be in here. I know it's in here. All right. Well, anyway, let me put this into the chat for you. It's just bookmap.com/bluejacket. And it's a competition. You create content and you can win. Okay. So if you're a winner for this, then you'll automatically be invited to Bookmap Junior Academy. Right? That's it. So here's the Blue Jacket. And let me put that into the chat for. You can do both at the same time. Why not? You can sign up for both. I mean, you're creating the content anyway, so you might as well. So you're asking for a purchase, a discount on Bookmap Hedge Fund. No, we don't have any discounts at the moment. Yeah, no, we can look at, Sohail, we can look at the ES or NASDAQ, whatever you guys want. We can look at some stocks too. Okay, it looks like we're kind of really entering into our chop fest here that we're kind of looking for. So, well, I mean, look, you can look at the what was mentioned in the chat, RC74. Right up here at here it is, 929 right here, right? So we're looking for the move into like 08 or so, and then momentum kind of drive up into there, and then maybe the pullback and chop ensuing afterwards. Looks like the chop is ensuing. All right, so we got up as high as 07.25. That's it. That's the high of day so far. All right, so let's clear all the drawings in here. And let's take a look and see what's happening. All right, so we're gonna go through another process in here, kind of top-down approach. So we went through and looked at our daily. We should even look at the weekly here, because it's becoming important here up in these levels here. And you can see on the weekly, it's still quite a bit of momentum here. You know, no doubt about it. Look at these candles up in here. It's you know, we could still see it come up into, like, you know, the swing high up here around 46.28 or so. But you can see the volatility in here in the hourly, also in this 15 minutes back and forth in here. Right. So anyway, my point is, and let's just go back to the daily, is what we're going to look at in here, and our analysis that we did for the day is going to be the same that we're going to do on a smaller time frame. Right. We'll take a look at the ES or the NQ, Sohail, in just a second. Okay, we'll go through the same process. All right. So what we know now, and we're going to go through the same process here about, like, we're going to use events though here instead of the day, and it makes sense to use candlesticks for the day, in my opinion, because this is a day period, and then there's an overnight session. On the hourly and the 15-minute, though, it does not make any sense to me. Why do you want to look at aggregated data within a candle? Like, it's not helping. It's not the right approach. So in my opinion, it's a period, and why you don't have any transparency into that period. It's locked. It's opaque. You don't know the volume. You don't know the order book here. So we're not getting much information. We're just getting basically swings, and that's what I think these candlesticks or bar charts are good for on intraday. It's just kind of swings, basically. And also the the movements here, the price action, right? Volumes on a subchart, so it doesn't really help you much either. But anyway, what we're going to do, the takeaway here is from this daily and understanding this price action here, and looking at the hourly and looking at this price action, and then the 15-minute. Now, who's in control in these charts? Well, basically, still we can still see that on the hourly we still see buyers in here, and on the 15-minute too. We just had a bit of a pullback in here. Look at the volume down here, right? So that's low volume on a pullback. Now we're coming back up to revisit these swings up here. So let's look at the strength of this move here in the order flow. Okay, how is it? Is it strong? Yeah, it looks pretty good. All right, so what we do know is this is where the sellers came in. Well, we're just about to test them. Okay, and how is this buying strength coming in here? It's not bad. It's not bad at all. All right, so we've got that going for us. Now we might get up into our 8 to 10 levels here. But let's take a look here. What else do we have? So we got the aggressors. They just traded into this liquidity here at 06. Now, do we have the order book in balance on our side? Not really, not yet. We know that there's high liquidity here. 06 and 3/4, 08, 09, and 46.10. Okay, so yeah, not really looking for it at the moment here. Right, we want to get as much of the behavior on our side as possible. Okay, it's looking better now. We see a little bit of the flip here. Okay, so we got our aggressors, and you can see the order book in here starting to show some demand here. Okay, we have the look at the NASDAQ here on the volume pressure, okay, and the ES starting to show a little bit. Starting to exhaust out right now too. So just we don't. I'm actually looking for it to unfold here. It's kind of a hard read right now. Okay, and we don't want to put risk on when it's a hard read. Okay, let's see if we can get that imbalance in the aggressors. See a little bit of imbalance here, a little bit of aggressors here. Some icebergs here, quite a few, over 500. All right, let's see it here. Now I want to hear the NASDAQ first. We can hear that, and then we should see the or hear the S&P follow suit. No, nothing. We didn't get anything here by the aggressor. Guys, this is basically, reading or hearing this in the volume pressure and volume imbalance, pressure imbalance here, is very much the same as pace of tape. So in fact, let's insert another column in here, and then let's add that in. We're going to look at time and sales. All right. So now what we're looking for in time and sales is the aggressor. I don't see a lot of aggressors in here right now. Okay, so yeah, our idea here is, and it's very much synonymous here to not only the volume dots, but also the market pulse tool here. Okay, so you don't really have to kind of distract yourself. This is the beauty of this market pulse tool. You don't have to distract yourself and look over here and start to judge that and then place your order, etc. You can just hear it. And if you start to also see it with the move here, so we're looking for volume and price change together. Okay, that is basically, you know, volume and price volume analysis. Okay, here we go. Here's a double bottom pattern. We got our buyers here. Here they go. Let's see. We start to see our time in sales. It's not so great. Okay, here they go again. Let's see if we can get it back up here. And now let's hear the, boy, it looks pretty dull here on volume pressure. Okay, let's see if we get an order book skew. Not bad, not bad. Now let's hear it. Okay, NASDAQ is sounding off. All right, so let's see the S&P now follow suit. And actually, let's go over to the NASDAQ as well. Not hearing NASDAQ. Should be. Volume's on 6. Okay. All right, yeah, let's jump. So yeah, we're looking for it here. I think we got a little bit of a skew. We got some order flow stuff happening here, but it looks pretty good. Yeah, let's get into 08 and 10. Now this was different than what we thought before because of the selling pressure in here being in control, and then we noted the buying starting to take control, or at least test the seller's control up here. Okay, so things kind of shifted and changed, and that change happened here basically. All right, let's jump over to that NASDAQ and see what's happening here. Okay, NASDAQ looking pretty good. I like it. Okay, let's see the book here. A little bit of imbalance over here, pretty far away, but and a lot of liquidity up here at 840. You have 850 up here. No, it doesn't look quite ready yet. The sellers come in, and we don't see liquidity until down here really. So yeah, actually looking for the sellers to try to take it down one more time here. Probably about 15 or 10. All right, so that's the read right now in the NASDAQ. Let's see if we get it in balance. All right, see this guy did pull here. All right, we might get it. We might get the aggressors coming in now. Let's see. Yeah, they're starting to add more here. We're getting our aggressors. Okay, looking for this NASDAQ to trade into 30. And then maybe we can get a strong move and a strong breakout up through 30 into 40, 37 and 40. Okay, now if that's the case here, and look at the volume build. Okay, there goes 30. Then our S&P should be also following suit here. Okay, now again, look how dark it is in here. So we just traded into 30. We need to see more buying pressure above. Okay, we're getting it. Now that's a stop run too. Starting to get it. All right, a little bit more here, and we should get the move up into 35 and 37 and 40 here. Okay, that's starting to look a little bit better here. There's one more thing I want to cover on some of these moves in here. you know, this is a retest back up into these areas here, right? The auction's failing up here, so we have to be really careful here. Yeah, it failed here. We got exhaustion followed by sellers, but let's see if we can get maybe a one more kind of move here. A lack of follow through. We're looking for exhaustion or a heavy book here, and then buyers, right? And then we can break through here. Now, this is what I want to cover, and this is even better. I'm glad it did that. We need something more to hang our hat on here. We have some sellers here. They will be buyers up here, right? So now we're looking for the stop run to the upside as well. So, or we're looking for fuel, right? Now we're speculating on this fuel, but it's looking pretty good. Okay, so let's add this into the equation of what we're looking for. We're looking for the aggressors. We're looking for an order book imbalance, and we're looking for, you know, some of these, you know, ranges to begin with, and then we're looking for the fuel in here. Okay, where does someone have it wrong? Now, if we can lean against some of these ideas in here, and you can identify these on your chart, then you can look for to see if you get this follow through to the upside now. Okay, does that make sense? And this is exactly what this Bookmap Junior Academy is all about, identifying these things on the chart. Okay, let's just take a to prove the point. Look at this here. Here's Stan's image from yesterday. Okay, he has 2 in here, and he was looking for this move to unfold. Okay, it's through identifying these things in here that allowed him to start to understand when some of these moves might unfold, okay, in real time, and put that into your trading plan. Okay, so again, that's what this Bookmap Academy I think offers, and looks, you know, let's see if we get our stop run now. Okay, just based off of this in here, and we should get the move. We should get a powerful move here. Okay, up into 40, because these sellers are compelled to buy. There's a flip of the order book right there. And let's ignite those stops. There, look at this guy underneath here. Same player, just moved it higher. It's looking good. We got everything going for us here. Now we're just looking for the big move and the stop run here. Okay, well, seller slammed on that. Okay, this is where the trap is actually the opposite. Sorry, guys. And let's talk about how to protect yourself against these things. This is we're looking at this trap volume in here, and we're looking for our stop run, right? We didn't get our stop run. We might still right now. In fact, we got our stop run here to the downside. This looks even better now. It did auction up here, and we're right back again here. Okay, now we're looking for this move up into 40. Okay, and it should be pretty powerful. This move in here, we've just seen it so many times. Like, it just can't do it, right? You get the sell-off, everyone's stopped out, shaken out. Here's our big stop run here. This is what we're looking for over here. It had to do this and then come back up, and then the follow through. All right, still looking for higher here, looking for 850 basically. Okay, we've traded through 40. We're looking for 45 or 46 and then 50. All right, so anyway, I know this is confusing, and it's also it's difficult. Trading is not easy. Okay, these are simple elements in here, but you know, how would you approach managing something like this? Well, we're looking for the follow through here. Okay? And we had everything going for us here. Okay? If I zoomed in a little closer, you can see there's some exhaustion in here. That's not good. We had our order book skew at the higher areas in here. We had the buyers here. We had the aggressors. We had the skew here. This trader pulled and added up above higher. And then where are our aggressors here? Okay, well, we have one more move back down into this. This guy pulls his liquidity. He never transacts. So this is more like a spoof. Did he transact here? He didn't even transact in here. Hey, look at this. It's one player. Our large lot tracker is showing that. Actually, see I have 23 in here, 0.35. That's a percentage. I want to show you that feature in here. This is you can view the order book as a percentage in here if you want. It's 92 contracts. In this view here in the order book, though, it is actually 23% of what's in the viewable book here. And that's a lot, right? And he never transacted. Okay, got price to come up to 36 here, and then it sold off hard. We just didn't get the buyers here and the follow through. And so we trade back down into this liquidity here. It is dark in here. And then look at this move. I mean, so how do you protect yourself? Hey, well, just take your loss quickly. Because we're looking for this, and many times we've seen this breakout move happen. Okay, and now we get this shakeout move. We get our stop run to the downside. Then we can see that traders' behavior here is to cut right back up to it here. And we're building more volume again here. We're looking for the break. Okay, and we're looking for our stop run, and it should be even better than before. And we did get that. All right, so then how do you deal with something like this? This is where you get back in. Okay, you can place your stop down low or below some of the swings because you're looking for this to move now. If it doesn't, it's another small stop. You know, take a small loss. All right, so these are trade management ideas and concepts. This is not a trading room, and it's not a recommendation. We're not going to do that. This is for you guys to. We're here to present these ideas, and then for you to take them and go back and study them. It would be really irresponsible from our side as well as your side to say like, oh, this is all I do. Okay, I'm going to start trading it and risking money on it. Nope, it's a starting point. It's a starting point to go back and start to study it. Okay, it's a concept, and now go prove that concept. Okay, have your risk parameters in here. Figure it out. Where would you take your stop loss? Where would you take your profit? Now, NASDAQ is notorious for doing these kinds of moves here. It's also notorious for just going from right here right up into 50. You know, this is one of the things I really like about the NASDAQ is the way that it moves. You get follow through on these moves usually pretty quickly. Let's cover this actually. So we talked about the trade management, small stop loss, maybe even a break even. Because we're looking for it in here, right? That would have been a break even, or you might have been slipped a little bit, and it would have been a small loss. And then you would have gotten back in at a higher level than your previous entry, okay? And then you're looking for the follow through, okay? And there's still looking for 50 to transact here. It got up to our 47. Still looking for 50 though. All right, does that make sense? And these are just some ideas in here how to protect yourself and how to manage these trades. When we first understand the elements on the chart and the order flow. Okay, there's our 50. Okay, pretty strong move. All right, we were looking for it earlier. We had the shakeout, and then we had the strong move. All right, now our ES should be following suit, and it is. Okay, it's trading up into 10, and that's a lot of volume. Right, so it looks good. Now the question is, now it did what we're looking for, and let's take a big step back here, and let's look at our bigger picture. Okay, this is what we were looking for. It's done it. All right, it's done it. So now is time to kind of reassess. Okay, now is price going to come back up into this area up here, or is this it for today? We're getting near the end of the European session. Maybe we're going to get a lot of take profit now. Okay, this was the initial kind of momentum move that we're looking for. It's done it. Now, really need to kind of reassess this on all three of these time frames here, as well as in the order flow. Okay, maybe we're going to look for a potential reversal here. Okay, and we'd be looking for some exhaustion up in here in the transactions. So low volume up in this area here, and we'd be looking for a move back into, it'd be like a mean reversion trade, back into transactions in here. Probably the point of control is probably around the figure here somewhere, or these swings here. A retest 98 swing here, or maybe the low of the cash session today here around 90. Right, we can even get a gap fill. Right, we're still within the bigger pictures. We're still within all this price action from yesterday. This is a small price action compared to yesterday. All right, so we're putting this all into context here. Right. What's my definition of a trading plan? Stephen, very precise entries, exits, how you're going to handle it. But that's just the execution part of it. I think the most important part is that you've proven an edge. Okay, you first have to have an edge. Right? Once you have an edge, then you build your trading plan around it. Right, so the studying and the back testing is how you develop your edge. Okay, and then you come up with your execution on it. It's a good question, and you know, we're going to do more of this kind of trade plan building, Stephen, in the Bookmap Academy and Junior Academy, because I think it kind of irks me, like, you know, over the years, you always hear, oh, you got to have a trading plan. Oh, you got to have an edge. Well, how do you do that? And I think a lot of traders they want to. They're passionate about it. They want to do it, but they don't know how. Right. So we're going to provide some models for that. Right. I mean, the trader has to do the work themselves. You can't get around that. Right. So anyway, but to show you how to do it is really the key, because you'll hear it if you go on YouTube, or you look at like any sort of content out there. Oh, you need a trading plan. Okay, great. How do you do that? Okay. You got to do it yourself. You got to have an edge. How do you do that? How do you show an edge? How do you develop one? Right? And it's hard for a lot of traders or a lot of people, because let's just be honest. I mean, most of us here, especially when we start trading, we're looking for our plan to work every time. And that is just so unrealistic. I mean, think about, God, I don't know what analogy to use. I mean, it's just so unrealistic. It is a numbers game. More often than not, your plan should work. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, I mean, it just came to mind like a football analogy. like or even baseball, like you know, every time you're a wide receiver, are you going to catch the ball and get a touchdown every time? That's just ridiculous. You know, or you're up to bat in baseball. Are you going to get on base every time? It's just absurd. In fact, baseball is a great example with batting averages. You're an all-star if you can hit it one out of, you know, five or three times and get on base. You're you're an all-star. You're in the Hall of Fame if you can do that consistently. So your trading plan should, or the trader should keep that in mind. All right, let me see if there's any more questions in here. Stephen, does that answer your question? You've been putting in a lot of work. I've noticed, and you know, a lot of images, etc. And I'm going to comment on them. Okay, so it's end of the month here, so Bookmap Junior Academy guys and applicants are going to get some feedback, right, on what's happening, what you're doing. Yeah, no, hedge fund, we're not going to, I mean, the price is what it is. We're not going to deal on anything like that. There's no kind of like special 12-month discount or anything like this. Yeah. You know, I propose some other alternatives there for you from the academy or etc. That's what we have. Carl, what is an iceberg? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to point you to, I'm not going to explain it. I'm going to point you to our glossary, bookmap.com, and then click on more, and then under resources, our glossary here. Okay, and you can see it on the right-hand side in here. You can go to iceberg. Okay, and there's a bunch of stuff in here. Let's see. Chalika, welcome. Let's see, is it okay? Alois answered you. It's a hidden order. Yep. Well, yeah, it takes some more explaining how it works, but there's plenty of resources in there that we have that will explain an iceberg. Yeah, Mike, this is such a big one. Learning how to lose is learning how to trade. Absolutely. I mean, it's so funny. It's the opposite of what you think. Learning how to lose correctly is a real key. If you can do that, you know, but you know you have an edge still. The edge still shows that it's true and it's working. But you know how to lose, but you also know how to win. Okay, so that means you know how to take profit too. Both are really important, but the losing part is more important. Okay, so it didn't go to plan. How do you manage it? So let's see here. AC, it's hard to tell when the plan doesn't work, whether it's due to chance or if the plan was just bad to begin with. That comes through the back testing, AC. You got to prove your plan. That's why what we're going in through in here are many different trading strategies in many different markets. Mostly the S&P. Boy, this has been a really nice move, guys. Strong volume, strong move here. This is giving us our answer for the moment, that we're getting continuation, right? I was not looking for that. I was looking for this to start to exhaust out around this area here, but we're getting stronger volume. Okay, so we're looking at other levels in here. Maybe it's up here at 18, but you know, the attractive area would be up in here around 22 to 25. Sebastian, it's a good rule to look at statistics. If you believe the trade went bad due to abnormal factors. Well, this is where it is really complex. And we have these kind of what is it called? Biases or fallacies that we fall into in our trading plan. And and this is where you've got to be aware of what's going on, and then go back and look at your trading plan in regards to what that price action was. So for example, here yesterday, this sell-off in here, it came out of the blue, but it was due to some geopolitical and fundamentals. Hey, well, what if you didn't know that? What if you didn't have your news feed up and you're fighting it? Well, you're just getting run over, right? So, or time of day. These are other things to consider. Okay? Usually in the morning, you get your momentum drives. You also have economic news, though. You have geopolitical stuff. What affects the market? Right? Just because you have a solid, really well-defined trading plan, you're going to trade that in the Asian session, and you're going to have expectations for that to work just as well as it does during the New York session. So that's where it does get more complex, but that's how it is. I mean, oh God, I hate to use these analogies. But what is it in Denver, the stadium, baseball stadium? More home runs are hit there than any other stadium, right? Someone can, yeah, please validate that. I'm not much of a baseball statistician or follow it too closely, but and why is that? Why are more home runs hit in that stadium than any other stadium? It has to do with the environment. And we're talking trading is the same thing. It's the different environments. You got to know your environment. It's because it's at altitude. The ball carries farther. So you hit the ball and there's not as much resistance. JK, it won't load your rhythmic data. I'm not having any problems. Reach out to support. They'll help you. Support@bookmap.com. Yeah, course field. There you go. CMJ. Yeah, it sounds like you're a baseball fan. I have a lot of friends that are baseball fans, and I'm embarrassed around them. So they just go on and on and on. It's pretty incredible, the depth. Yep, thin air, exactly. Yeah. So what are your probabilities if you're a really good hitter and you hit a lot of home runs? What are your probabilities in that stadium against a so-so pitcher? Against a really good pitcher, well, that's going to be something different. So anyway, just building out your trading plan. You're going to have to think about the environment. You're going to have to think about the time. What about the environment just fundamentally in general? Why are we coming back up in general with interest rates being higher, yet we're seeing like these moves, to the upside here. Well, the behavior of traders is telling us that they still think that there's more value here in these stocks. Okay, and that U.S. has inflation under really pretty decent control compared to the globe. The UK and Europe, China and Japan, like they're starting to have some issues, especially the UK. And what are they going to do? I mean, they're looking for a hard landing, whereas you've probably been reading about us being, having a soft landing here in the U.S. It's a complex thing. It's due to a variety of factors. But here's the behavior in the traders. This is what traders think. And that's what we're trying to gauge. And we're trying to gauge that also in the order flow here, in the auction. All right, guys, my time is up. Yeah, please, again, hit the like button, and we'll continue on Monday with this content. Yeah, in the meantime, if you want to take it further, you have these other programs or alternatives with the Bookmap Academy and Junior Academy. So yeah, take a look into that if you're interested, or maybe that Blue Jacket competition as well. Right. So yeah, thanks Stan. Thanks Slowdown, CMJ. Everybody have a good weekend, and we'll catch up with you on Monday. Okay. Yep. Take care. Bye bye.